Yahoo! Hello, hello. It is I, your favorite leafy boy, Avery, and today we are just kind of chilling. It is the last library of this year, 2025. It's been a heck of a long year, but at the same time, it was. How do I say this? It seemed very long, but at the same time, it seemed very fast. You know what I mean? There's been a lot of things going on all over the place, which is usually what I feel like a lot of the time. I wanted to just kind of lay back and you know, chill, not much happening, no game in the background, which might be a little boring, but it's a very tired, a little EP Avery tonight. Hello. Hi, hi. Thank you for joining. My name is Avery. If this is your first time seeing me, um, if not, welcome back. We are just chilling today. We are kind of just talking about the end of the year. It's going to be the end. Oh, it's going to be the end. Yeah, it's going to be New Year's in a few days, and I just wanted to do a little chill streaming day. Without gaming, it's going to be the end of the year, but not the end, the end for Avery and Library, because we are going to be doing this next year as well. Hopefully with better quality. Yeah, I just wanted to do a little yapping session talking about the year that we had, the year that I had, and maybe a little bit about the future of the channel because I don't know. It's it's the end of the year, so like, reflections and stuff like that are usually happening this time around. And yeah, I'm not quite sure how would I don't know, talk about this year. Because on one hand, I feel like I had a decent year. Hello, hello Mooney. Thank you for joining. Yeah, so I feel like I had a decent year. Well, technically, if we are want to talk about numbers, at the beginning of the year we had like 21 subscribers. I think one crazy roller coaster is a really good way to like, what's the word that I'm looking for? I'm not quite sure. But yeah, one crazy roller coaster is one way to describe the year. But yeah, in terms of numbers, we started the year with 21 subscribers and we are ending it with 43. So we basically more than doubled the subscriber number that we had compared to the beginning of the year, which is a little crazy, a little something something to think about. I'm not quite sure what kind of happened, but I think it's one part thing. I can say a very big thank you for Lainey and her community, and like, my friend group, because we did, some of my friends have been sticking out for me throughout this year, and I'm very thankful for each and every one of you for for sticking out until the end of the year with me, and hopefully more in the future. But yeah, I did join a few streaming circles. I'm not quite sure if that's the right way to say it, but I did start to become more mm, active with communities this year, which I am very happy about. Even if it's not necessarily as Avery, my human did a lot of um community stuff. Well, started dabbling in the community stuff is probably what I should be saying, because it wasn't a lot. He could have done a little more, but that's okay. 2025 was like a kind of starting point, even though it was like in April we had my first year anniversary here on Avery YouTube channel, Lend, whatever you want to call it. And it was very fun. It was a really nice time. I had a really fun time. We were playing Honkai Star Rail, and it was the Penacony, like Trailblaze missions, like focal point as well. So it was a very interesting and very fun time to be there. And that was one time where I got a few more subscribers, like got a little boost on that. But then again, it was only recently where I got more and more subscribers, which I'm very thankful for. I did end up, you know, being a little more active at the end of the year, which is very nice, very fun. That is something that I do want to carry over to the new year. And that would be a really nice thing to be able to actually keep up with. Like, maybe not necessarily every week doing 3 or 4 streams, but maybe a little more frequently do it, like we did with my birthday week this year, that we celebrated together with. We had like a Genshin Impact stream, I believe, and then or like a YouTube, like just a general like Hoyoverse stream. We might have played, yeah, we were playing just Hoyoverse game in general, and then we had my first ever unarchived karaoke stream kind of thing, which was really fun, really nerve wracking, really nerve wracking. I was very scared to do it, to be very honest, but it turned out to be really fun. And not even 24 hours later, I privated it, like right after the stream ended, and not even 24 hours later, I got like the little notification thingy next to the stream that every song that we sang has been um like restricted, partially restricted from their respective like owners to the rights to the songs. Which I knew it was going to happen. Like, these are very like popular songs that we sang, and like of course YouTube algorithm and stuff like that is going to flag like, hey, it's not like a perfect, like, because let's face it, my singing is not perfect. I do have a lot of things to work on it still, but like that's the instrumental, that's this song. So yeah, that wasn't really funny per se, but it was very much expected. I don't know if I talked about this, but yeah, that was that was expected. but it was really fun to do. So maybe next year we'll do a few more of those. You were so brave for doing it. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Um, I was really happy to do that as well because for one of my goals that I talked about during the anniversary stream that I just talked about was releasing a song cover, which I didn't get to do because one, I am very much like a little scared to like jump into it right away. And two, I don't really have any idea how am I supposed to go about it as well. So, like, as a happy medium, I am very happy that I got to do this karaoke stream as well. And speaking of karaoke and music and song covers, I do not want to jump into. Sorry, that was Chair Kun. Um, I don't want to jump into like very deep waters, and I don't want to make like promises that I will not be able to keep. So all I'm going to say that I do want to like get more involved with music. It would be really nice. It would be really awesome to do some more music in the future. And one of the things that I might start doing is guitar streams because I just got my hint on a guitar and I do want to learn how to play the guitar. So that might be one of the things that we might do occasionally, like maybe once a month or something where I don't really know what to do or I just have some free time and I would be like, "Hey, let's learn some guitar right now." And I might just go live and hang out with with you little sprouts and just learn how to play the guitar 'cause it would be really fun. I think that would be a really fun idea for streams in the future. And also, like, more karaoke streams would be nice. I do have, like, a few ideas on what or how I would go about doing them. Most of them will probably be unarchived, just like birthday karaoke was this year. Because, yeah, copyright system is a thing, and I do not really want to mess with it as much. But yeah, karaoke streams would be fun. I do have some ideas for it, so we'll see how next year goes. But more music is probably in the future for Avery and for me and for you. So that's exciting. That's something that I'm very much looking forward to. And then we did start branching out a little bit because I don't know. I don't know. I still don't really know what to do with the channel. And I still don't really know what I want to do as a content creator. Like, what's my style of content creation, what I want to do, what I am doing, what I'm good at. Because I do enjoy doing video content, which I'm very happy about this year because I set out to do like more frequent video content, which I was very harsh about it towards myself throughout the year because it always felt like I was putting it off. It always felt like I was procrastinating it. And then looking back at it, I released 9 videos if I remember correctly, 9 or 10 videos, which is, if you take like look at it, that's almost one video per month. If it's nine, it's like three short of the one video per month. If it's 10, it's two short. So like that's not as consistent as I would have loved to be, but it's definitely more consistent than I thought that I was. Actually, we had like two really good, well, not necessarily really good, but well performing videos this year. One of them was the Risley Impact video, which had like 100 plus views. And then we had the Mooney account, like fixing, not really fixing, but review video with the Spiral Abyss runs. That was actually my best performing video this year. So thank you again, Mooney, for letting me use your account and having some fun and experimenting with it and seeing how we can, like, not necessarily transform, but like use an account that has been like not seeing much use as of recently. But yeah, that was also really interesting to see that I have been even like a little more consistent than I was last year. Because last year I had like two major breaks, like months long major breaks. I started in like April. Yes, I started at the end of April, and then I went on like a pretty long hiatus because I was going on like a vacation. And then after that, I just kind of didn't return to streaming. And then after that, I don't even know if I had like a period where I was streaming and then went on another hiatus because of Christmas or something. I might have just dropped it for quite a while. I didn't really look back that far, but I looked at back at this year. And this year we were pretty consistent. Yeah, sure. We did go on a vacation and I did only return to streaming in October. But ever since then, I didn't just kind of like drop everything and stop streaming like overall. And that's really nice because I have been more active, I have been more consistent, which is something that I still have to work on quite a lot because consistency is not something that I'm really good at still. But yeah, yeah, I'm very happy with how Avery and the channel has been doing. And I am hopeful for the future. Um maybe getting a little more professional pizzazz on the whole thing would be nice. Maybe a new model that's like decently animated as well. That would be awesome. Maybe a little more like tech knowledge would be awesome as well in the future. Like getting to know OBS more would be awesome. Getting to know YouTube more would be awesome. Like how the platforms work and stuff like that. Maybe branching out to Twitch and do like dual streaming would be awesome as well. Because that would mean like, cross platform streaming, like more opportunities for people to find me and my content. And also that's even more like practice in the future to get better. Because at the end of the day, I want to entertain people. And if I'm not entertaining, then why am I even doing it? you know, it's like um a thing, a gift that keeps on giving is what came to mind, but it's not really a gift when I don't really have viewers who are engaged in like chat maybe, or like in the comment sections and stuff like that. And I know it takes time, which 1 year in 1 year we doubled the number of subscribers, but at the same time engagement and stuff like that didn't really increase as much. It's much better than it was last year, but at the same time, if I really look back at it, I did have a friend. Not, I don't know if I can call them a friend, but I did have a long-term viewer who kind of just disappeared, I guess, which is something that happens, and that's something that I do have to come to terms with. As a content creator, like, people will come and go, and some people will be happy with your content, and some people will be happy with your growth and your improvements, and others might just feel maybe a little uncomfortable seeing you change over time, and something like, I don't know, maybe just get bored and go back to like some of their more like prevalent content creators to watch. That got really sad really fast. I don't even know where I just started with that. But yeah, uh going back to see where I was going with it. Uh yeah, 2025 was a pretty good year. I would say so. I would dare to say so. I am really happy with where the channel is right now. But I would love it if we could go a little further next year. Maybe double the subscriber count again, or maybe just getting a little more mm, engagement would be amazing. It's definitely something that to consider and to look forward to and work forward to. But yeah, overall, I do believe I have been a little more consistent than last year, and I am hoping to get even better with that. I wanted to release another video by the end of the year or before the end of the year, but it's probably not happening. It's not that I didn't try. It's just it was a Genshin video that I wanted to do, and I don't know. I wanted to see if I can do the abyss and clear Pulsar after I pulled Durin. But like, I don't think it's possible. I'm not quite sure if it would be possible. Um I did a little test run. I did a few rounds of testing. It doesn't seem to be possible. It's a uh very heavily shilling abyss towards both Durin and Venti, and I do not have a Venti, and I do not have the funds to get Venti. And as much as I would love to have Venti, because he is the Anemo Archon and he did just get buffed. I do not have the funds to get him, and I don't think he would be like a must pull character for me. As much as I love Durin, he wasn't a must pull character either. He was a wanted character, not really a needed character. Right now, I am not really sure what kind of content I would want to release. Because I would love to do Genshin content. I would love to do like challenges and stuff like that. But I do not have the time to like start a whole new account maybe to do a challenge account, which a lot of people do. And also I do not have the necessary skill or time and time to do like challenges that maybe other creators like Tars Blemo does, who clears abyss with like 4-star characters, which is absolutely crazy if you ask me. Like, love the dude, love his videos. He's got so much skill, so much skill. I tell you, he is the Dragon Strike champion of Genshin Impact. He's amazing. I love his videos so much. And then there's Soluna as well. Like those two creators are creators that I look up to when it comes to like Genshin Impact content. They do well. Soluna does a lot of off meta characters and does a lot of streams. And Source Plamo does a lot of like challenge with a lot of insight. Like he is very educational. I love his videos for that. And then there's Java the Cop, who is also one of my favorite Genshin creators. He does a lot of challenges, and I really love his videos and his humor. And yeah, so that's really nice. But I'm not quite sure where I could fit in with content. Like I'm not quite sure what can I do that others haven't done better, maybe, or or do I have anything that I want to do with Genshin? Because I'm at a point where I'm happy with how I am doing with the game, but at the same time, I um don't really have is not really the word or the phrasing that I would like to use here, but I am kind of a veteran player at this point with Genshin Impact, and I am at a point where I have survived the great Genshin burnout that was the Natlan like era of Genshin Impact. And I do feel like there's a little more of a burnout coming in now, when we are like in between like major updates to the game with our conquests and stuff like that. So it might be starting again like the major, like a lot of players are getting a little burnt out. Everyone did their like exploring of not cry and stuff like that. And I'm at a point where I'm like, I I refuse to stress over stuff like getting perfect runs, getting perfectly min-maxed characters. Like, yeah, sure. I do want my characters to be strong and hit hard and have like very good synergistic teams and stuff like that. But that's mostly because I do want my characters that I adore and I like and I have fun playing to be, you know, to be enjoyable to play, which is one of the reasons why I pulled Durin, because Durin is really fun to play, and Durin is a character that gave my first ever main DPS character, Razor, a new shot at becoming one of my most played characters again. Because I really do enjoy playing Durin and Razor together, and stuff like that. So I am mostly playing Genshin Impact as a comfort. I like the game. I like the story and the characters, and I am not playing for meta. I'm not playing for achievements and like damage per screenshot things where I want to make like the most damage and I want to have the best builds on the characters and stuff like that. And that's actually what made me like kind of fall in love with Genshin Impact again. Like the summer event was really fun, really enjoyable. I really like seeing Benny being more, important as much as he is important and very meta relevant. But I like seeing his story kind of work out and see how he is actually a character from Netland and stuff like that, which was theorized. Like these small things that made me fell in love with Genshin Impact again, and that's what actually made me feel like I can enjoy the game again and not just log in, do my dailies, spend my resin, log out. I actually did a lot of exploring. I actually did a lot of questing. I did clear out some of the backlog of quests that I had before. So yeah, that's something I really enjoy again in Genshin, and I do not want to lose it because I'm trying to make content out of anything and everything. And also, on the other hand, we do have Honkai Star Rail, which is becoming more and more like difficult to enjoy. I am way behind again with the story. Even when I started playing the game, I was behind because Penacony was ending. Literally, it was the end of Penacony. Like last few Trailblaze missions were releasing when I started the game. And now we are ending Amphorius as well. And I haven't even started the Amphorius part of the quest. And it's like 45 or so hours long when you are skipping as much as possible, apparently. And I'm like, do I want to? Like, I am a lore enjoyer. I enjoy playing a game with a good story. And I've heard good and I've heard bad about like Euphoria's and HSR's storytelling and stuff like that. And I'm not quite sure if I want to stream it again because it even like experiencing the story so far, and I'm just talking about the main story because that's what I mostly streamed was as much fun as it was. Like I do enjoy streaming and I did enjoy streaming Honkai Star Rail. At the same time, I'm not quite sure if I can enjoy it as much as I can or as I could possibly enjoy when I have to be entertaining at the same time. And it's a story quest with mostly voiced like parts. Like I cannot just talk over the voiceover, and I cannot just like pause in the middle of like a good, like a huge reveal or a big twist in the story and be like, oh my god, have you seen that? Like stuff like that. 'Cause I don't want to force my reactions, but at the same time, if I want to be entertaining, I do have to force it somewhat so that people know what I feel like or what I think about the quests that I'm doing currently. So yeah, that's why I haven't been streaming Honkai Star Rail for most of the time. Only like the gameplay part and like the gotcha sessions that I have been doing. And currently I am at a standstill with like HSR. It's kind of sad, but yeah, I do feel like I am in my burnout era with Honkai Star Rail because it is very difficult to enjoy the gameplay when my top tier DPS characters are struggling with power creep. Like, it's not very nice to know that I have really good characters who were considered top tier and still kind of considered top tier, but I cannot necessarily full star all of endgame. Because last patch I was able to, but with the Dahlia release and the new refreshing of stuff, I wasn't able to like perfectly clear everything, which is I'm trying to deal with it as much or on the same note as I'm dealing with it in Genshin Impact, where I'm like, I am not just not going to stress about it. I'm going to clear as much as possible. I'm going to get as many resources as I can, and then see where we are going with that, and where can we go with that. But at the same time, we are getting a bunch of new characters. Well, not really a bunch of new characters because we have the Dahlia released right now, and we have a bunch of reround banners. But at the same time, I feel like Honkai Star Rail is becoming way faster than what I am comfortable with. Like, yeah, I don't know. It's like food for thought at the end of the day. And then we arrived to like birthday week, and we did start Persona 3 Portable, which I was really excited about, and I'm still excited about. But I was very tired. Like at the end of the year, I have no idea what kind of happened. It's been a lot of impulses. It's been a lot of things that had to be done, both IRL, my human on my human side, and then I didn't have the capacity to actually like pay attention and do a lot of stuff for Avery as well. So we didn't really stream last Sunday, and we are streaming this Sunday, but we are not really gaming this Sunday, you know. So that's something as well to think about. In the future, we are definitely going to be playing Persona 3 Portable as our main game on the channel, and then we can probably make some time for other games that we are going to be playing. Um, pro- Probably Genshin Impact because once a Genshin player, always kind of a Genshin player. Not really. I do know people who have stopped playing Genshin Impact. Like no Genshin. Like you know, like completely just abandoned Genshin Impact. Mooney is kind of like that as well. Like she played on and off, but for like a year, more than a year now, she stopped playing too. So yeah, I do still enjoy the game. So we are probably going to be playing some Genshin Impact next year as well. Probably not events and like huge story quests. Um, but like new character releases, I am very excited about the Varka Varka release. So I'm very excited and very curious what new Varka is going to be like. So that's something that I will probably be streaming as well. Just like I did with my Flynn's pools and like building and Durin as well. So yeah, that's one thing. Maybe some Honkai Star Rail, but I'm still on the fence about Star Rail. Like we are pretty much in the burnout era right now with Honkai Star Rail with the fast pace the game is going on with new 5-star characters rolling out and ramping up the power creep and all. Yeah. But Persona 3 Portable is going to be our main game. I am happy because it's a little different because I didn't get to play it yet. I didn't really have the time or didn't really make the time to play it yet. But I am very familiar with the story and the characters, so it's kind of interesting to see how it goes when I am playing with and not just watching a playthrough or reading the story and like theories and stuff like that on the internet. So it's not like just a secondhand fandom, but we are getting into firsthand experiences as well. So that's nice. And then I have been like Persona 3 Reload is currently discounted on Steam. And I have been very, very tempted to buy it. But at the same time, I was like, I just started playing Portable. I don't want to abandon this. Like, this is something that I really enjoy and I really wanted to play. I don't want to abandon it. So, I made a promise to myself. We are going to be doing Persona 3 Reload someday. But right now, I do want to get through all the Persona games that I own currently, which is Persona 3 Portable. And then after that, Persona 4 Golden. And after that, Persona 5. What was the remake called? Not remake, the extended version. E3R. Royal. It was Royal. E3. E5R. Royal. So Persona 5 Royal is going to be our last in the order of games. And after that, we might be lucky enough to have another discount on Persona 5 Reload that we can play again, maybe in the future. So yeah, that's another like plan, long-term plan on the channel, which might not necessarily make it to the end of the year, but hopefully we can do better. Oh, and we can go a little longer so that I can do more like gaming time on these games because these are quite story heavy, quite long games. But at the same time, Hi, hello, Lainey. Thank you for joining. We are just talking about 2025, and technically, I am talking about the future, like 2026 plans currently. But yeah, welcome in. Thank you for joining. I hope you have a pleasant time hanging out with me today or tonight. Well, it is tonight for me, it's today for you, I believe. But yeah, in the long term, those are my plans. Like the Persona games, like Persona 3 Portable, Persona 3 4 Golden, and Persona 5 Royal are my long term plans on gaming with the channel. And then, as I said before, I do want to get more into music. So we might get more karaoke streams like we did with the birthday karaoke, which is on archive, and we are probably going to be doing it on archive for quite a while. Because we are a really small channel. We are quite a small channel, and getting like permission to use songs and stuff like that is probably very tricky, or not necessarily tricky, but I do not have a corpo or a management that can, negotiate with companies for me to get permission to use their songs and music without, getting repercussions and stuff like that. But yeah, music is definitely something apart from gaming that I want to get into. And as I said, we might be doing more uh music streams because I did get a guitar, and we might be doing some learning streams, or just chilling and playing music and practicing with the guitar and stuff like that. Also, it would be really nice to just do more videos as well. And one of the projects that I didn't even mention and didn't even touch on this year was like a drama club, which would be awesome, which is and it is also one of the main things that I wanted to get into as well, apart from the gaming content. And hopefully I can, you know, get more into it and actually start doing it. Would be like drama club, which is like I enjoy a lot of Asian dramas and TV shows. And I'm really recently, like this year, I really seriously got back into anime. Like I didn't watch a ton of anime, but the ones that I watched, I got really into. Like I was obsessed. You could say it became my personality for the time being. And I do want to get into, like, not necessarily critiques or reviews, like very structured and stuff like that, which might be the case. Uh, I'm not quite sure what format I want to do it in, but it's definitely probably going to be video formatted, but not quite sure how strict or restricted I want to make it. It's more like, hey, I watched this. This is what I think of it. I think you should check it out, maybe, if you are interested. Something along those lines. So that's also something that I would really like to get into. And that might be like my main video content, and not necessarily gaming. We can just separate the two and have more gaming and music on live streams, and then video content could be like, you know, drama club and stuff like that. Not quite sure about it yet, but yeah, that's been a lot of yapping. I have been doing a lot of yapping. It was a yap session to end the year and talk a little bit about 2025 and where I am currently, how am I feeling, and where I want to go, and possibly where we are going with the channel in the future. So, yeah, I don't know. It was just a small, short stream. I think I'm going to start wrapping it up. It's been a long year, but it went by very fast. Like 2025 was, as Mooney said before, one crazy roller coaster. But I'm very happy with, I don't know if I'm saying this because I want to be very happy or I am actually very happy about it, but I am quite happy with how Avery is doing, how we are doing, and I am hopeful for the future. Like, I am hopeful that we can do even better in 2026. So, yeah, that is definitely something. I feel like I am ending the year on a good note, and I am hopeful that I can see you in the future as well, and you stand with me or walk with me on this journey that is content creation and streaming and all that jazz. But yeah, uh I guess that's about it. I didn't really have like a script, or I didn't even have notes. Maybe I should have done some notes so that I can so that I can be a little more structured and a little more I don't know. C is streamlined. Streamlined is probably the word that I'm looking for. But yeah, that was definitely something. Thank you for your viewership. Thank you for your attention. And thank you for being here with me in 2025. Hope to see you in 2026 as well. And I hope you had a pleasant time tonight or today. If you enjoyed today's stream, please leave a like. And if you want to stay updated with the channel and you're not already, please consider subscribing. And this is going to be the last Avery out for 2025. Bye bye.